Hey, you take that diaper off your head. You put it back onto your sister.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
Hey, welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio. We're sitting up here in Studio B, chomping on the Cheetos, and we'll be back in just a moment with Family Traditions.
Treesock Press sells the books that stay on your shelves. When you want books that your guests pick up and read and can't put down, make sure it's one of Treesock Press's comedy books. Get a copy of our new book, Dad, the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come, and your kids will want you to read it over and over and over until you pull what little hair you have left out. When you pitch old books out into the gutter, you'll feel complete guilt if it's a Treesock Press book. Get your Treesock Press book wherever lousy comedy books are sold.
All right, it's Comedy Parenting Radio. Thanks for joining us today. We've got the Begley gang here in the studio, and they're enjoying a nice big bowl of Cheetos. How's it going over there, guys?
Good.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a little bit about Begley traditions, actually family traditions here in the Begley household. Now, I want you to note, this is not how to parent. This is how we parent. So somebody want to tell me about one of the traditions we have here in our family?
Pinchy crab.
Pinchy crab.
Oh, pinchy crab. Yeah, Elijah, tell us a little bit about pinchy crab.
So pinchy crab is when you, at night, when we're all ready for bed and we're just downstairs, either having a midnight snack or something, Dad does pinchy crab, where he runs around and he pinches you if you don't run and hop into bed. And it's a lot of fun. And we run around and scream and then hop into bed.
Sometimes you hop into the bed and then you hop back out and run around and then you hop back into the bed as soon as Dad comes after you again.
That's the main reason that pinchy crab is not good parenting at all. Because I chase these little guys to their beds and I'll pinch their rear end if I catch up with them. But then they jump right out of bed and run around again. It's just like kids running everywhere.
Because we like him chasing us.
And the problem in our house is there are lots of circles to run around in, right? I can chase you around the giant table. I can chase you around the stair steps. I could chase you around the bathroom, bedroom, multiple door thing, right?
Yep.
So there's just kids running everywhere going, hee 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 hee, and Dad's out of breath trying to get him to bed. Pinchy crab is not that good of a thing, so don't do pinchy crab at home, folks. That's a bad one. Any other traditions in the Begley household?
Tickle tunnel.
Tickle tunnel. I personally love tickle tunnel.
Because you're always the tunnel, mostly.
Right. I am the tunnel. And what are you guys?
We are the victims.
I prefer to call it tickleese.
We are the champions.
That really wouldn't work for me, because I'm really ticklish.
That's why we play tickle tunnels, because we have so many ticklish kids. So I lay on the floor. I bend my knees up in the air, so there's like a little A-frame thing there under my legs, and the kids get to climb through in between my legs. They get to climb through my legs sideways and make it out. Now, what's the rule about tickle tunnel?
Which rule?
When can I tickle you?
Only when you're in the tunnel. Only when we're in the tunnel.
However, you like to exploit that and collapse the tunnel on top of us while we're in the middle.
That's because of the Tommy knockers. But the fair part is only the part of you that's in the tunnel can get tickled, right?
Right.
I can't tickle any part of your body. I can only tickle the part that's in the tickle tunnel, right?
Right.
So it works to your advantage until you're about, 16 years old, and then you're so big you're stuck in the tunnel. Okay, you're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Family traditions at the Begley household.
This is Ensign Chekhov. You are listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, alright, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Okay, we're back on Comedy Parenting Radio up in Studio B, Marble, Colorado. I got the Begley kids here. We're talking about family traditions here at the Begley household, most notably the tickle tunnel where, well, you crawl through and the part of you that's in the tunnel gets tickled. Any other kind of traditions about tunnels?
Well, when we go driving and we go through all the tunnels over to Denver, when we're in the tunnel, we can do and say whatever we want to, and you have to hold up the roof of the car, otherwise the tunnel will collapse. And so when you go into the tunnel, there's a bunch of screaming and happy birthdays, happy New Year's Eve.
It's complete mayhem when we go through a tunnel.
And you can tell a lie in the tunnel.
That is correct.
You're not supposed to tell people we can tell a lie. Actually, you can. That's the only place at our household where you're allowed to tell a lie is in a tunnel, right? While you're driving through a tunnel?
Right.
Yeah.
Or when you're
like
playing
sometimes I
Monopoly.
say Happy Cement Day.
Or cards.
That's why you can sing Happy Birthday or say Merry Christmas or any of that in the tunnel, because it really isn't Christmas. It's not birthdays.
Unless you're playing cards.
I've never played cards while I'm driving through a tunnel. How long are these tunnels that we go through, by the way?
Well, they range anywhere between 25 seconds and 2 minutes for the Eisenhower Tunnel.
What about the Johnson?
Or the Johnson Tunnel. Either one. Depends on
Yeah,
which
so
way you
anyway, they can do that. It's loud, too, right?
Very, very loud.
No, what?
And and all the noise has to stop right after you get out of the tunnel.
That's the best part of it. So should we give it a little bit of example, and I'll do the cutoff when we get to the edge of the tunnel. So here we are. We're driving into the tunnel. Oh, here we come into the tunnel.
Happy birthday, happy birthday,
Merry Christmas. And then it's quiet, and we're driving. That's exactly what it's like going through a tunnel with my kids. Any other kind of traditions at the Begleys?
We have Rar.
You're going to tell us about Rar when we get back in just a moment. Comedy Parenting Radio, traditions at the Begley House.
Comedy Parenting Radio. World-class comedy at a fraction of the cost.
Saddle, 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 saddle up. Gabriel's trumpet blast the more. Saddle up, you men.
This moment of uncontrollable laughter was made possible by a 32-year-old man with little to no coordination attempting to execute a simple cartwheel. His name is Sergeant Warner, but young James, our laughing friend here, simply calls him Dad. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Saddle, 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 saddle up and ride.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to report a bear sighting.
Location.
In the woods, just outside of town.
Oh, not surprising. You've got your home. Bears have theirs.
Yeah, but see, this wasn't just any bear. This bear was wearing jeans and a hat, as in Smokey Bear.
Jeans and a hat. That's definitely Smokey. What exactly did he have to say?
Well, we were about to head home, after having a bonfire.
Oh, I can guess where this is going.
Right. See, Smokey told me the fire wasn't actually out. He said if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
That's true. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans? That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
Wow, no kidding?
I'm a forest ranger. We never kid.
Sorry.
that was a joke.
Oh.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference, because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're talking about traditions at the Begley household right now. Any other things that people should or shouldn't know about out there?
Rar-rar.
Rar-rar. What's rar-rar?
Rar-rar is a game where everybody goes and hides, and then there's the rar-rar. And he goes around looking for people all over the place. And he occasionally goes, rar-rar, and scares the living daylights out of little kids.
It does. It scares the little kids.
Which it's easier to find them then because they're all screaming and stuff. And then he captures them and they have to go back to base.
Anyway, any other traditions?
We have the spanking machine. Oh boy.
Somebody want to get that door?
Sure.
Oh, he's over here doing a show right now.
Mr. Begley, I am Alan Flabbergastum from Hewitt, Dawn, and Switz, attorneys at law, and we are your legal representatives for Comedy Parenting Radio, and we just want you to know that you're not allowed to talk about spanking machines on the air.
Really? Is that a fact?
That's correct. If you give it a try, you are risking everything.
Okay. So, tell me about the spanking machine, children.
Well, everybody lines up in a line, and Dad has the paddle, and he says, and we tell him what level of spanking we want, from level 1 to level 10, and then he spanks us, and then we go around to the back of the line again, and it's just like a continuous circle of Dad spanking.
The entire purpose of the thing is to toughen up your buns so that it doesn't hurt as much when Dad actually does spank you.
So really, it's kind of like a rigorous training, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you guys could be like Navy SEALs or Marines, and the spanking's not going to do a thing to you.
Yeah.
I don't think that spanking gets you ready to be a Marine.
They say that pain leaving the body is a weakness. No, they say that...
Pain is weakness leaving the body.
They say that pain is weakness leaving the body. So, there you go.
That's what he said.
But we also have a hugging machine.
You also have a what?
A hugging machine.
Tell us about how the hugging machine works.
You put in a quarter, a fake quarter, of course. The guy holds out his hand and you put in the quarter, and he gives you a hug.
Oh, that sounds so sweet.
That usually happens in the morning. Might I mention that it's not, you pay a fake quarter, but you don't get a fake hug.
Well, that sounds really nice. Wait, I'm the guy that does that, right? Okay, anyway. All right. You've been listening to Comedy Parenting Radio here, and we've been talking about traditions at the Begley household, and it ranged all the way from rar-rar to the hugging machine. Thanks for joining us, gang. And kids, that pan is completely empty of Cheetos. Now what are we going to do?
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
Okay, now you're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
And then your torso gets stuck in there.